Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the California Angels at Anaheim Stadium. On the mound for Detroit is Jack Morris, whose record is 14-9 with a 3.90 ERA. And pitching for the Angels today is Dave Frost, whose record is 4-2 with a 5.38 ERA. And so, if you missed yesterday's game, we lost 6-0, and we never had a chance. It was a terrible game all the way around. Probably not worth watching, other than if you want to hear me get frustrated and angry as the game goes on, knowing that we're in a tight race, as you can see here by the standings. We're 5.5 games back. We've lost 3 in a row. We've lost 2 games to the Yankees. And we are finding ourselves in a little bit of a free fall as our team ERA has popped up over 4. So we're not doing so well. California, of course, is in first place. And I believe this is, the third game of the 4-game series. So we're not done with them yet. We can still even up the series on the road before we go home to face the Sox. The good news is we have Jack Morris on the mound today. Also, we'll be getting Pat Underwood back on Sunday for the first game of the White Sox series. And really, we're only 2 weeks away from getting Omar Marino back to play center field for us. So that's all good news. And so we're going to look at the bright side. I woke up today in a better mood after yesterday's game, and we're just going to move forward with Jack Morris today. So let's take a look at our bullpen. They are all available. I sent Andy Replogle down and brought Bob Stanley back. So, I don't know. We're trading bad for bad, essentially. But I wanted to get a fresh arm in there. And our bullpen, our lineup is our everyday lineup. We do have Whitaker, Thompson, and Kemp all listed as tired. But as I mentioned in yesterday's game, I'm not giving anybody a rest at this point until we get closer to the Yankees. We just can't afford to take anyone out. So we're going to go ahead and do the Tigers lineup rundown. And over here, you'll see the 1980 Topps card that represents that player. Batting leadoff and playing second base today is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting seventh and in center field, Tony Armas. Batting 8th and DHing is Carlton Fisk. And batting 9th and playing third base is Richie Hebner. On the mound for California is Dave Frost. He is the number 4 starter. He was number 5 until Ed Halicki got injured. So he moved up to the number 4 spot, which is why he doesn't have a full year's worth of starts. The 5th spot now is Chris Knapp, who we'll see tomorrow. So he's 4-2 with a 5.38 ERA. More walks than strikeouts. Opponents are batting .277 against him. So he was an 18th round draft pick by the White Sox, as you can see here, out of Stanford. He was traded from the Sox to California in a deal that sent Brian Downing and Chris Knapp over to the Angels. In return, the Sox got Bobby Bonds, Thad Bosley, and Richard Dotson. He really only had 1 year in the majors where he started all year, and that was 1979, where he went 16-10, and the Angels won the West. And in the ALCS, he had 1 start, and he went 1 1/3 innings, giving up 5 hits and 6 runs, including 3 walks. So not a great start. And really, after 1979, in 1980, he only made a few starts. And he basically was out of baseball by 1982 when California released him and the Kansas City Royals gave him a shot. Really, he pitched just as poorly with an ERA over 5. So here's Sweet Lou leading off the game with a base hit into center field. And that's how yesterday started, as we went back-to-back hits and could not get anything after that. So Whitaker on first, and we're going to hit and run with Trammell, which is what we did yesterday. Trammell grounds it to short. And the shortstop, Lubrach, makes an error. And we'll take it as we have first and second now with Jason Thompson up. Definitely a double play candidate. But Frost walks Thompson. And now we've got the bases loaded. So nobody out. Here's Steve Kemp. Definitely a double play candidate as well. He has the most grounding into double plays on the team. And here's an opportunity for a double play for the Angels. They turn 2. We do score the run as Whitaker crosses the plate. No RBI for Kemp, but it's a 1-0 lead. And that's one more run than we scored yesterday. As Parrish walks, so 2 walks, a base hit, and an error for the Tigers offensively. And next up will be Gary Hancock, batting .325 versus righties. And he rips it into right field for a base hit. Trammell scores. RBI single for Hancock, who's been struggling lately. But he keeps his batting average at .300 on the season. So 2 down, runners at first and second, 2-0 Detroit. Tony Armas is up next. And he hits a fly ball to center field. Pretty deep, 392 feet, but not deep enough. And we go to the bottom of the first, up 2-0. Here's a lineup for the Angels. They've changed it up a bit. Batting leadoff today is the DH, Rod Carew. Batting second and in left field is Don Baylor. Batting third and at third base is Carney Lansford. Batting cleanup and playing first base is John Harris. Batting fifth and at shortstop is Steve Lubrach. Batting sixth and in right field is Dan Ford. Batting seventh and at second base is Fernando Gonzalez. Batting eighth and catching is Tom Donahue. And batting ninth and in center field is Rick Miller. On the mound for Detroit is Jack Morris, coming off his worst start of the year. Gave up 6 runs. This is his 28th start. He's 14-9. 3.90 ERA, 128 Ks in 187 innings. Opponents are batting .264 against him. He's got 3 complete games and 1 shutout. So Morris is going to be looking for some redemption, as we're desperate for a victory with Rod Carew leading off. He strikes out Carew for the first out. So 1 down for Don Baylor, batting in the second spot today. He pops it up down the third base line, and it's caught by Parrish for the second out. So 2 down. Here's Carney Lansford. And Lansford hits a line drive right at Whitaker for the third out. So a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the second inning. Carlton Fisk leading off. And Fisk walks. It's a third walk for Frost, who does not have it today, to our benefit. Hebner is going to hit and run, and he strikes out swinging. And Fisk was running on the play, and he gets his 3rd stolen base of the year. So 1 down, Fisk is in scoring position. Back to the top of the lineup with Whitaker, who had that base hit. And there's walk number 4. Frost at 36 pitches. We're not even through the first inning. He was helped out by a double play in the first. And he's not going to get so lucky as Trammell hits it off the left field wall. 2 runs scored. That's a 2-run double by Trammell. It's 4-0 as the walks are coming back to haunt Frost. And there is walk number 5. So we're going to get to the bullpen here before too long, I think. And Kemp comes up again with another opportunity to ground into a double play. Oh no, that is deep and gone. And we are making up for yesterday's blanking by putting 7 runs up as Kemp gets a 3-run jack, his 16th on the year. So let's keep the rally going with Parrish. He's going to hit a fly ball to center field. That'll be the second out of the inning. And that will leave it up to Gary Hancock. Had a base hit his first time up. And he's going to get a ground ball under the glove of Lansford at third. And he hustles into second for a double. That's the 5th hit against Frost to match 5 walks. And Armas strikes out swinging to end the inning. So it's 7-0. I'm in such a better mood right now than I was for yesterday's game, where I was considering opening up a new bottle of whiskey. Morris strikes out Harris for the 2nd K. 2 down. Here is Steve Lubrach. He grounds it to Thompson. And that's 2 down. Next up is Dan Ford. Ford hits it right to Thompson as well. So another 1-2-3 inning. A quick one. So Frost is back out there at 53 pitches here in the 3rd. Fisk walked his first time up. And he's going to pop it up right over to second base. Right on the edge of the outfield. That's the first out. So 1 down. Here's Hebner, who's struck out swinging on that hit and run. He hits a blooper into center field, and it is caught by the center fielder Miller. 2 down for Whitaker. And Whitaker grounds it to short, so a 1-2-3 inning for Frost, who needed a quick one. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, 7-0. Here's Fernando Gonzalez. We've seen once this year, but he was put in at catcher. He is a second baseman by nature. So it was a weird game where we ran roughshod all over him. He strikes out swinging. I think we had 5 stolen bases that game. And here's the actual backup catcher for the Angels, Tom Donahue. I don't know why he wasn't in that game, as Donahue grounds it right back to Morris. Morris gets him at first for the 2nd out. So 2 down. Here's Rick Miller. And Miller strikes out an inside fastball. And another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 4th. 7-0 Detroit. Trammell leads off. And he's got a base hit into center field. So Trammell on first. I would love to steal second, but I'm not going to do that. Up 7 runs. We're going to let Thompson swing away. And that was a good idea as he hits it into right center field bleachers. And it's 9-0, and that is still not enough for the Angels. As he's at 73 pitches, 5 walks, 7 hits, 2 home runs against him. And there's still no outs here in the 4th. Kemp gets a base hit into center field. And that's going to do it. I'm not sure what the difference of 1 hit was, but they're going to bring in Don Ossie, who is a long reliever for them. As you can see, he's had a career of being a starter, but he is more famous for spending a majority of his career with Baltimore as a reliever. 26 game, 1-2, 3.94 ERA. More walks than strikeouts, which seems normal, as we've seen a lot of relievers with those numbers, including our own Senior Smoke. He does have 1 save in relief. So let's see how this plays out. Runner at first, Lance Parrish, comes to the plate. Oh, he rips it into right. And we don't need to stretch it, but we're going to. And Kemp is safe at third. So keeping the pressure on, first and third. We're going to do a little hitting and running with Gary Hancock. He's got an 88 contact. He grounds it to short. Kemp scores for the 10th run. Parrish is on second base here with one down. 10-0 Detroit. And Armbus grounds it into the hole between first and second. But Gonzalez makes the play for the second out. Parrish advances to third. And Fisk walks for the second time in this game. 6 walks overall for the Angels. And Hebner, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, has a chance to drive in a run. And he hits a screamer to left. But it's caught by Baylor. And the Tigers put another 3 spot on the board. 10-0. Bottom of the 4th. And we're back to Rod Carew. And Carew is going to slice it down the left field line. And it's caught by Kemp in the left field corner. So 1 down. Don Baylor. Oh, there goes the no-hitter and the shutout. I didn't want to say it, although I was thinking it, as Baylor gets his 15th home run on the year. And it's 10-1 as Lansford grounds it into the shortstop, and he beats it out for an infield hit. So now there's back-to-back hits. And although I'm not as concerned with a 9-run lead, I know how this thing kind of goes sometimes. As Harris pops it up onto the outfield grass, Whitaker makes the play. 2 down. Next up is Steve Lubrach, who grounds it to Thompson, and he gets the 3rd out. So Baylor hits a home run. And we go to the top of the 5th. Whitaker leading off against Don Ossie, who's at 19 pitches. And there is the 7th walk by an Angels pitcher. So Whitaker on first for Trammell. And Trammell had a ball 4 there, but he swings away and he grounds into a double play. So 2 down. I guess you should be swinging up 9 runs. And there's another walk by Thompson. That's the 8th walk. So we'll leave it up to Steve Kemp. And he hits a line drive right at Carney Lansford, who makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Morris at 44 pitches. Dan Ford leads off the inning. And he hits it to right, falls in for a hit, and he stretches it into a double. So Ford leads off the inning with a double. Fernando Gonzalez is up next. Gonzalez grounds it to second. He goes to first for the out. Ford takes third. So with 1 down, Tom Donahue is up next. He's going to get a base hit to right. Ford will score. And it's 10-2. So 1 out, runner on first. Here's Rick Miller, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And he hits into the left center field gap. He has himself a double as Donahue holds at third. And this is getting dicey, up 8 runs. Carew's going to hit a fly ball into short center field. It is deep enough for a sac fly. Donahue scores. Miller's got a hold. And it's 10-3. So I'm a little nervous, just because I know our bullpen. And if Morris can't get through this game, there's a base hit by Baylor. And he gets himself a triple. So a homer and a triple for Baylor as the 4th run crosses the plate. So 2 outs, runner in third. Here's Carney Lansford, and he strikes out swinging. So officially, Morris, the pitcher of record, as we go to the 6th, let's take a look at the in-game stats. As you see a lot going on at the top of the lineup. Bottom of the lineup, not so hot. Parrish will lead off the inning against Don Ossie. He's at 44 pitches already. As Parrish flies out to center. That's 1 down. Next up, Gary Hancock. That would have been a ball 4. But he flies out to right field. That's 2 down. Looking for something from Tony Armas. Grounds it to third. That was not what we needed. As we go another 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the 6th, John Harris leading off. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he struck out for the 2nd time. 6 overall for Morris. Steve Lubrach is up next. He hits a line drive to right. Whoa. Hancock makes the catch. I actually thought that was going to be off the wall. So we're grateful for that as it keeps the score at 10-4. And Ford strikes out for 7 Ks for Morris. To the top of the 7th. Here's Fisk, 0 for 1. He's walked twice, has a stolen base. Flies out to center field. God, Fisk is just so disappointing. We really could have used an extra bat. But I guess we're really getting that production out of Hancock, so which I did not expect. So I guess we take what we can get as Hebner pops out to short. So 2 outs, back to the top of the lineup for Sweet Lou, who gets a base hit to left. He's 2 for 3 now. We're not going to stretch that into a double. We're going to hold at first and let Trammell swing away. He's 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies. And Trammell grounds out to first, and that's the end of the inning. Bottom of the 7th now, 10-4 Detroit. Fernando Gonzalez leads up. He grounds it to Hebner at third, and that's 1 down. Next up is Tom Donahue. He strikes out looking, 8 Ks for Morris through 6 2/3. 2 down, Rick Miller. He's going to get a base. Oh, no, it's snagged by Whitaker. I thought that was a hit for sure. But he makes the play, and we go to the top of the 8th, 10-4. We've got a new relief pitcher in. It's a lefty, Dave Schuler. We've seen him a couple times. This is his 9th game. He's 0-2. 3.86 ERA. Opponents are betting $2.55 against him, so he hasn't been too shabby. As Jason Thompson will lead off against Schuler. Lefty on lefty. And Thompson pulls it to right on a line, but it's caught by the right fielder, Ford, for the first out. Next up is Kemp, who does have a home run against Schuler this year. And he's going to get a base hit to left field as Kemp continues to hit lefties well. We're going to hold with a single. So, runner on first, 1 down for Parrish. And Parrish gets a base hit to right field. That's 2 hits for the big wheel. Kemp has to hold at second. So first and second, 1 out. And here's a guy that really does struggle with lefties. It's Gary Hancock, only batting .159. No walks, no extra base hits. And he gets a long fly ball into center field. That'll be deep enough to get Kemp to third. So now it's first and third, and a chance for Armas to maybe put this game away. He hits .302 versus lefties. And he pops it straight up to third. Oh, and it's dropped by Lansford. And run scores from third base. Parrish takes second. And we'll take it as it's with 2 down. That gives Fisk a chance to be a hero here. He does hit lefties really well. And There's a perfect example as he hits a line drive single into left. Parrish scores from second. It is 12-4. We really needed this game. We needed some offense to feel good about ourselves as Hebner grounds to short, and that'll be the end of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Morris is at 99 pitches, but I'm just going to let him pitch until I don't feel like he can get it done. Here's Carew leading off. He grounds it right to Whitaker. There's one out. Next up is Baylor, who's really been the only player to really put any pressure on Morris. He's got a triple and a home run. And he grounds the ball right back to Morris, who makes the easy play. 2 down. And Lansford makes up for that home run. I mean, with that error with a home run. And that is Lansford's 16th home run on the year. So it's 12-5. And I really just want Morris to finish out this inning. We'll bring in Stanley in the 9th as Harris pops it up to second. And I don't really know what to say about Morris's performance as Sweet Lou leads off the inning against the lefty Schuler. He strikes out. I mean, he gave up 5 runs. He gave up 2 home runs. But he did have 8 strikeouts, if I remember correctly, as Trammell flies out to left field, leaving it up to Thompson here in the 9th. Thompson grounds it to third. And that'll be it for Morris. So yeah, he had 8 strikeouts, only gave up 7 hits and no walks. But the hits they got counted. As we bring Stanley into the game, we just brought him back up. He's been not very good. We did put him through a few starts early in the year, which he did not do so well. 1-1, 6.75 ERA. 11 more walks and strikeouts, and opponents are batting .328 against him. So let's get him a little bit of work with Steve Lubrach leading off the inning. And there's a hit to center field. And Lubrach turns that into a double. So Lubrach on second base with Dan Ford. He strikes out swinging. 1 down. Here is Fernando. Fernando gets a base hit into center field. Lubrach scores on a ball that went 114 feet. So they must have had the hit and run on. That's the only thing I could think of. So quickly, Stanley gives up a run with Tom Donahue coming to the plate. He pops it up. Trammell makes the play. 2 down. And there's 2 lefties up, so I'm a little concerned. As Rick Miller takes the 3rd strike looking, and that ends the game. So we get a 12-6 win, one that we needed desperately. Let's take a look at the standings. We did the everyday standings watch. And all we did was keep pace with the Yankees as Baltimore loses and falls 8 games back. They're basically out of it. Cleveland is the only team in the American League that's been eliminated. In the National League, the Cubbies, who have been terrible all year, they're eliminated as well. 5-game lead for Philly, Montreal over Philly. And Houston and LA are in a real battle there. Let's take a look at transactions. Amos Otis has a milestone, his 300th career steal. And Philadelphia feels like it needs to give a 6-year extension to a pinch hitter, Greg Gross, who will be making $430K. Let's pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. I should mention that today is the last day to get in on the Mickey Mantle autograph contest I'm giving away on this channel. I'll have the video here. It'll be right about in this position if you want to join in and get in. There's only 5 entries so far. So you got a good chance. Watch that video. It'll tell you what to do, and I'll get you entered into that contest. So, player of the game, man, so many people did so many good things. We're going to give it to JT, who did not hit a home run, but he did hit a home run. I'm sorry. He did have a home run. Thompson had the 3-run jack, but 3 walks from Thompson and that big hit, and we're gonna give it to him. Thompson got his 16th, Kemp got his 16th, and Jack Morris got his 15th win. Frost was not frosty. He was terrible. And he took the loss, 4-3 on the year. Lansford got his 16th. Don Baylor got his 15th. So I'm a little disappointed we gave up 6 runs, but we'll take the victory any way we can get it. We'll be back tomorrow with Game 4 in the series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.